What's going on, guys? It's Kirby's DS Daddy, acting COO and head of media for Samurai Blood Clan, back with another video. Today, we're going to be looking at the new multiplayer maps that have been revealed for the upcoming Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 that's set to release this fall. If you guys haven't been following the news on this, the main selling point of this game is the idea that all 16 Modern Warfare 2 launch maps from the original Modern Warfare 2 are going to be remastered and in this new game. Main thing I want to stress though is anytime there's a remaster, there's always the risk of messing up. The only thing that really sticks out to me that I'll say before we look at the video here is I just don't understand what in their minds made them decide that let's take all the maps from Modern Warfare 2 and we'll make them available in the new Modern Warfare 3. Why are we putting a Modern Warfare 2 maps from 2009 in a new game called Modern Warfare 3? I'm just saying that Call of Duty is making things extremely confusing with their game titles. Now, guys, these are Roman numerals now, but don't get those confused with Black Ops 3. Very hard to follow in my opinion. However, that doesn't take away that I do think Modern Warfare 2 original Modern Warfare 2 maps are some of the best maps ever. So I am glad for that. But again, let's get into the video and let's see what it's all about.
For multiplayer in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, we wanted to give the player a new way to experience these classic maps. When we told the art team we're going to be making these maps, they lit up. They were like...
Okay, first off, I just want to bring this up because I think it's important. Thoughts regarding the cars that they put into the game. Now, I don't know, I have to look up if these cars are the same cars and just updated graphically, or if they put modern cars in the new map. And you might be saying, well, Kirby, why does this matter? Well, I think it matters for the idea of, are we remastering the map, or are we updating the map? Are we saying, hey, this map still exists, but this is it now in modern days? If that is the case, I'm expecting to see more modern vehicles. However, if it is just a remastered map, well, it's understandable that the same cars should be where they've been, just, you know, slightly better graphically. So let's look up old Favela and just see the comparison. I just wanted to show you guys a side-by-side comparison of the cars. It does look like cars are upgraded. What this tells me is that we're playing in a favela that is current day. We are not just playing a remastered map, we're playing an essentially modern day version of this map.
Calling dibs on which ones they wanted to go get reference for.
Maps really come through. They feel like they felt back then. And when you're playing Highrise, when you're playing a state, you feel really transported back. We questioned a lot of what was good about the movement of older games, what was good about the gunplay of older games, and the same with the newer games. So we tried to marry a lot of those things together.
The way we approach it is that, how are we going to make these the best versions of those maps that people have ever played? Because that's what we wanted. That's what we want as fans.
I don't quite understand that statement. The best version of these maps that people have ever played.
Best versions of those maps that people have ever played. I
just personally don't think there's ever a way you're going to be able to replicate nostalgia, you know? And I get nostalgia, something that's built over time, but that is a factor you cannot ignore. And I really don't know if a remastered map's going to effectively encapsulate that. And I think that's something they need to focus on. You know, if they can't capture that nostalgia that made those maps, they're going to miss the mark on this 100%. Because that's what fans really want, is nostalgia. Sure, people care about competitive and movements and, oh, you know, what's the hitboxes and what are the, you know, all these little technical things. Sure, people do care about that. But I'll tell you, 99.9% of Call of Duty fans from the OG days, they're solely looking for nostalgia. You screw with these maps too much, and you're going to have a lot of ticked off fans. Let me just put it that way. I don't know what this is all about, where these people work. I just don't like the aesthetic here. This looks like something out of Cyberpunk. This looks like some sort of like laser nightclub. I don't even know what a laser nightclub is, but if that was a real thing, this would be it. Who would want to work? This looks like a futuristic laser sweatshop. Call of Duty, I know you're not running a laser sweatshop, but just hear me out. Think about maybe adopting some sort of like Apple formula, some sort of modernistic, where the employees' desks are just a sheet of glass. Something a little more simplistic. This, to me, screams like some sort of cult type deal. At least that's what I'm gathering first off.
There are places where the metrics of the level are adjusted to fit more modern gameplay, but for the most part, it's going to feel incredibly similar. The biggest changes are really in a fidelity sense. Places like
if you're going to talk about, really overhauling these maps and showing us really what you're doing, I think the effective way to do it would be to do more of a before and after type of showcase. Show the same spot on the map from the 2009 version and then today's. But to give us you rotating a helicopter in a circle and then placing one piece of graffiti on a tunnel wall doesn't really show me anything. Why do we need this here, this blue thing? I mean, I'm going to know what this is. I mean, I got an idea, it's the map, but I mean, okay, yep, these random lines here. Okay, I thought, yep, I'm glad they added this line right here. This was a must. And yep, they got the 3 diagonal ones right here, perfect. Yeah, great, this is looking good, guys. I'm glad they included the blueprint for us, because, we all know what this means. Unless I have some sort of contrast to what I'm seeing, some sort of benchmark, I have nothing to compare this to.
On an artistic side, the map has more detail than I think any other map. In Highrise, it's fun to explore and jump on the scaffolding and mantle to places that you weren't able to actually grab or reach before. Now you can get there.
When it was a question of whether it should...
I'm gonna play that jump in slow motion again. This jump just doesn't seem right to me. From a physical standpoint, it almost seems like it has a slight zero gravity to it. It just doesn't seem accurate to physics. It almost looks like there's a little extra jump added. But you guys be the judge.
When it was a question of whether it should be like the original or whether it should be more modern in terms of the metrics, we went with the original. And we pushed very hard to make sure that that experience was as close to the original as we possibly could.
That's promising. I think that is a win for the developers. They seem to be leaning more towards maintain that original. Now they use the word metrics, blah, 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 all this jargon that is meant to sound like they're the experts. I don't even know what they mean by that. Metrics. Like measuring standard, I'm guessing. I don't know why they gotta say metrics. And what do you mean by that? Movement? Do you mean gameplay? Is this gonna feel like we're playing? I don't know. I hate this jargon stuff. It's like, just be more simple with it. You're talking to people who are not game developers. Stop acting like you guys are like the Albert Einstein of gaming here.
Seeing people play it for the first time and they don't really know what they're gonna see, and when that load screen shows up for Favela or for Quarry, you see them light up like, oh my gosh, these are the maps that I've been hoping they would remake.
This to me is the problem with Call of Duty. The fact that they are fully aware and know that we want these sort of maps, but they continue to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. And then when it's basically everyone's become so numb to them not granting the fans what they want, they decide, you know what, we'll give them the maps, guys. Let's undo the lock on not listening to them, and let's put out the maps, because no one's making a commotion about them. Everyone's just sort of accepted the sad fate of Call of Duty. Let's throw a curveball, guys. So they know we want these maps, but they're gonna wait. They're gonna wait until they've basically milked us and thrown out their half-done stuff, and then say, you know what, we're tired. It's time to just remaster something. Everyone wins. Hey, fine, everyone does win. Everyone does win in this situation, but it's just the fact that you guys know this is what we want, and you wait so long. That frustrates, I think, a lot of Call of Duty fans. I think if Call of Duty could listen to their fans more and actually implement these things in their games, they'd have one of the best games on the market. But for some reason, there's this disconnect where the people leading development seem to think they know what the fans want. And it's not like you're struggling to get feedback from fans. Multiple YouTubers, including Samurai Blood Clan, have put out hundreds of thousands of videos. And you guys have no problem, you know, allegedly, I have to say allegedly, guys, keep in mind, allegedly, using some of my suggestions, such as the Kevin Durant skin, the Nicki Minaj, rapper-based skins, things like that. You guys have no problem using that stuff when it's an easy, quick buck. But when it comes to something that takes a lot of development, you won't do it. You won't do it because it's too much. Let's release a half a finished game and we'll do updates and have it finished by the time the new game's ready to come out. The golden era of gaming has been gone for a while now. And we've all been we're sort of in a dark age of gaming where we've all kind of fallen into this depression. But the thing about it now is it's been for so long, we're just used to it. We're numb to it. We really are blind to it. Because we've lost our sight. It's like I said earlier, if you don't have a benchmark to compare it to, it's just a bunch of garbage competing against garbage. Take that as you will, guys. I'm curious on what you guys think of this trailer. If you guys are hyped for this, if you think this is going to be a hit or a miss by Call of Duty, let me know what you think in the comments section. Let me know your thoughts. As always, guys, I appreciate you guys watching along with me. And with that, this is Kirby's DS Daddy, acting COO and head of media for Samurai Blood Clan, signing out. Thanks, guys.